It's that age-old question, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, first of all, we need to point out that biblically speaking, there's a problem with the premise of the question because the presupposition is that there are indeed good people. Of course, Romans 3 makes it clear that in comparison to God's standard, there is no one good. No, not one. Nevertheless, what people mean by this question, I think, is why do bad things happen to people, like natural disasters and disabilities and crime, etc.? Well, the Bible would say sometimes it can be the natural consequences of sinful behaviors, but many times it's not related at all. It simply can be the result of living in a fallen world. Thus, Luke 13 and John 9, where Jesus has to point out to his disciples that certain people's afflictions and injustices were not due to anything they had done. In fact, Jesus goes on to point out, when we see bad things happen, we ought to recognize the same could happen to us, and it should cause us to repent, because there but by the grace of God go we. Lastly, going back to the question, why do bad things happen to good people? That technically only happened once in human history, on the cross of Christ, where the one truly good and perfect man was murdered by a sinful world. Yet through that act, God used it, taking upon himself the sins of all history, that he might atone for bad people, so that he could say to them, you are forgiven. That's why bad things happened to one good person.